There are those moments in life that change the course for us irreversibly. I had one of those tipping point moments in 1958. But to understand that story, you have to come back with me to 1950, July, at the Union Pacific Railroad station, where my father, 39 years of age, was preparing to board the train for Omaha, Nebraska, where he would participate in an orientation and training session for Surge Milking Equipment Company. Now, I don't remember what he told my mother and my older sister, but I remember distinctly that he told me, his 7-year-old son, that I was to be the man of the family during his absence, and that I was to take care of my mother and older sister. Why he said that, I will never know, because a few days later, my mother received a telegram informing her that my father had died in Omaha. His final admonition to me to take care of my mother and older sister stayed with me. And so you will perhaps understand why I was not happy when 8 years later my mother remarried. I was being replaced as the man of the house. The man she married, Wayne Kuhlman, a local dairyman, was a fine man, a hard worker, and an extremely patient man. But I wanted to make no connection. Except when I was in school, the four of us ate 3 meals a day at the same table. He was there, I was there, but there was very little communication, positive or negative. Now, despite my unhappiness with the marriage, I did enjoy driving his tractors. One of them was a John Deere Model G. It was a tricycle tractor designed for sharp turns, and it was equipped with a farmhand loader, a huge scoop on the front attached with a steel frame that completely surrounded the tractor. And when Wayne taught me how to use it, he told me that I should keep the scoop low as I was turning and only raise it as the tractor was moving in a forward direction. But I was a sophomore. And those of you who know the popular etymology of sophomore, wise fool, will not be surprised when I tell you that I soon learned that I could save precious time by raising that scoop as the tractor was being turned. One day, I was clearing debris from in front of a cattle feeder, and because, for whatever reason, the left side of that scoop, and in fact the whole left front of the loader, was skewed to the left, I put the left side close to the feeder. It had most of the material on that side, and so as I raised it up, turning the tractor sharply so as to dump it into the truck, the laws of physics interfered. They sent that tractor sideways. I have a strong, slow-motion mental image of what happened. Now, you have to understand, in the 50s, tractors didn't have cabs, let alone seat belts. And so I quickly decided as the tractor was going over that I should get off the tractor. I put one foot up on a support beam, and as the tractor went over, I jumped and ran so that I would be clear before the tractor could turn another 90 degrees on top of me. Fortunately, the tractor stopped on its side. Whew. I smiled for only a moment because then I realized I had to tell Wayne what I had done. He had never expressed the slightest bit of anger with me, but neither had I ever directly disregarded his advice, nor done anything as stupid as tipping an expensive piece of equipment on its side. Luckily, the milkman was transferring milk from our bulk tank to his truck at that moment, and Wayne and the milkman were involved in conversation, and I thought perhaps the presence of another individual would mitigate his anger. I walked into the milk house. I tipped the tractor over, and I stood back and waited for the eruption, but it never came. He simply said, "You did, huh? Well, we'd better go tip it back up." And on that day, just as the physical forces caused that tractor to tip over, the emotional force of his calm response shifted the he and I to we. Thank you.